In this video, we're going to explore 17 reasons why you need to move to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And the eye-opening one is at the end when I reveal something that nobody really else talks about here on YouTube. The first one is 4 distinct seasons. Everywhere people come from elsewhere in the States usually have not all 4 seasons. For instance, if you come from the West, you're gonna have a very dry climate, and you're going to have very, very cold winters, and it's gonna last for quite a while. Maybe you have just a couple weeks of summertime. Or if you're from the South, say Florida, Texas, you might not have any winter at all. Maybe you're gonna get down to the 50s, and that's about it. Chattanooga, Tennessee is the perfect sweet spot for those amazing fall colors, that beautiful spring, and just the right amount of summer to make you warm, but not so warm that you forget how much you love a little dusting of snow. In the spring, it's roughly 50 to 70 degrees. You got those blooming flowers and those beautifully budding trees. Some of the trees that bloom and that are just all one big flower. Beautiful, beautiful trees out here. And then you got in the summertime, you have the temperatures in about the 80s to 90s. So just enough to get in the water and get your toes wet. And in the fall time, you got those beautiful colors, and the temperatures stay around maybe 60s to 70s. And then in the winter time, you're gonna go down to the 40s and 50s, sometimes dipping for maybe a week into the 30s and 20s on a rare occasion. But that's a beautiful part of Tennessee, is that it doesn't stay long for that type of cold. And if you're used to much colder temperatures, say in the negatives, you're not gonna really see that much here. Number 2, some amazing neighborhoods. Now, in Chattanooga, you get something very unique that I haven't seen elsewhere, is that you get a neighborhood, and then it's in the middle of a country area, and then another neighborhood in the middle of the country area. So you can get to downtown while feeling like you still live in the country, but having an affordable house in a subdivision with neighbors all around. So you can have your kids grow up with friends in the same neighborhood. And each neighborhood has its own charm. Like you have Highland Park, Orchard Knob, pedestrian-friendly, these are pedestrian-friendly neighborhoods, or you have Lookout Mountain and Signal Mountain, known for their scenic beauty. You also have East Brainerd, which is convenient for professionals with urban amenities, and you also have downtown Chattanooga, which has all the amenities and the scenic, beautiful river that runs through it. Oh, and don't forget about North Shore. It's not really a ocean shore, but it is right beside the river. People call it North Shore because it is just full of amenities. It's also got a lot of war history. So if you're a history buff, this is something for you. Number 3, outdoor activities. Tennessee is a beautiful outdoor state, but by far Chattanooga is the most outdoorsy city in the state. You can go to Knoxville, you can go to Nashville, you can go to Memphis and these other cities that are inside Tennessee, but nothing compares to the lifestyle that Chattanooga offers, because we really cater towards the outdoorsy type person. So for instance, hiking is a big deal out here. People go on hikes all the time, and there's trails all throughout the state, all throughout and they don't just go so you can go on a loop and come back. You got to go to waterfalls, you go to all these different areas that have either a lookout or a reward at the end. That's what I love about this, is that you don't just do it for the exercise, you do it for the eye candy at the end too. You got also people go rock climbing out here. Rock climbing is such a big deal. They have a whole building dedicated to the outside being rock climbing wall in downtown Chattanooga. And you can also go out to the normal rock climbing areas that are around here, and some of the big events happen out here, so they're a big deal. Rock climbing, and you also have bouldering. Bouldering is something that you rock hop between different rocks in a creek. This is something that I used to do quite frequently in college. Caving. Caving is another thing that people do out here. And Raccoon Mountain, there's also an underground waterfall that people go to as a scenic attraction out here. Beautiful areas when you go in Tennessee, and there's always something outdoors to do. And there's also hang gliding, horseback riding, mountain biking, and all the other stuff that usually happens elsewhere. But it's all based here in Chattanooga. Very, very, very fun stuff. Kayaking is also a big thing I see quite a bit out here too. We're also more affordable out here in Chattanooga. So Tennessee, specifically Chattanooga, is up to 9% more affordable than the average in the United States. So it's a cost-efficient place to live for families or just young professionals or your retirees that want to come here. Lots of people come, they want to just retire. Get a single level, retire in the beautiful scenic areas of Chattanooga. So that's what's really neat about Chattanooga is that you have all this beautiful scenery and you can enjoy it with your family and at a lower cost of living. Speaking of finding that perfect place, I'm a real estate agent and I can help you find your perfect place to live out here in Chattanooga. So if you're looking for something and wondering if Chattanooga is the right place for you, then look me up. My information is above. You should get a hold of me so we can figure out which place is best for you. And speaking of work, we have so much of that out here. In fact, we have Little Debbie, McKee Foods, which is McKee Foods, Coca-Cola, we have Erlanger Hospital, we have Volkswagen, Tennessee Valley Authority, which is a government branch that controls the water systems out here. Oh man, we also have Amazon. Amazon's out here as well in their shipment centers. Number 6, although Tennessee isn't as great of a public transportation maybe as New York or Chicago, we do have some pretty great public transportation systems out here, such as the popular bus system out here. You can always take an Uber or Lyft anywhere you want to go, just as any other city. And the parking is either by hour or free, just as usual. So if you have your own vehicle, that's preferable. Number 7, dining. In Chattanooga, if you go down to the Chattanooga area, you have something called North Shore, which I talked about just recently. It's got an amazing array of different eateries down there. If you want to go down to the North Shore and find something that's remarkable, and that's a beautiful place to eat, go to North Shore and you have just an array of different eateries down there that you can choose from. Number 8, rich historical areas in Chattanooga. You have the Chattanooga Choo Choo. This was a big train stop back in the day, so there's a lot of history here. You have the Walnut Street Bridge, which is a bridge that is a walking bridge. You can walk over from one side to the other, and it's got a lot of foot traffic. It provides you a connection between the two sides of the city over the river. And a lot of people like to walk over the bridge just for exercise and just to go from one ice cream shop to the other. There's also Lookout Mountain and Point Park. Lookout Mountain is a beautiful area just outside of Chattanooga in a down at the bottom south of Chattanooga. It's a beautiful area down there, but Point Park is the smallest national park in the entire US. And it's really neat because it goes way up the side of a mountain and you get some 360 almost views throughout this whole park, and it's breathtaking. And speaking of breathtaking areas in Chattanooga, you got to try the Chattanooga River Walk. The River Walk is a very unique place. It's about 13 miles that goes along the river, and it has amazing views throughout the whole city. We really try to encourage an outdoor life out here and just being out in nature and having a good, low-stress life, which makes it great for my next point, retirement. Chattanooga is perfect for the retiree because of its mild weather. It's affordable living. You can find a housing out here for much less than the national average, and excellent health care. We got several large health systems like CHI Memorial that can make a huge difference in your life if you need them. There's also less income tax out here, which is super beneficial. And by the way, I remember someone wanted me to talk about the health systems out here. There's some really good ones. Erlanger Hospital is a great one, and also a CHI Memorial. So if you're a nurse, or if you're someone that is a doctor maybe, or maybe you're just retiring, you want to know what the health system is, just in case you need it, go to Erlanger or go to CHI Memorial. Those are the great ones out here. Because of all these things, Chattanooga has become very popular, and it's extremely fast growing. So one of the things that makes it fast growing is that it's creative. It's got a huge tech industry. We got amazing fast internet out here, 25 gigabit if you want it, fiber right to your house, which makes it great for those remote jobs. And a magnet for new residents. So if that's something that's important to you, this would be the one. So what is the median home price out here? Well, the median home price is about $300,000, $320,000 for a house. That would be about the middle of the road average price that you would expect to pay out here if you were coming out to Chattanooga. So moving out here makes it affordable without breaking your bank. We also have amazing family-friendly attractions like the Tennessee Aquarium, the Creative Discovery Museum, the Chattanooga Zoo, the Coolidge Park Carousel. Just going down to Coolidge Park is a real attraction because it's just a beautiful place to lay down, relax. Sometimes they have amazing concerts there, but not only that, you can bring your family as well. So it's a real family-friendly city. But the number one point that I think sets it apart from everything else is that Chattanooga is the adventure city. It's the scenic adventure city. You come out here and you got these amazing places that you can live with beautiful mountains, amazing scenery, and anything you can do, anything you can imagine. So whether or not you're an adventure seeker or a history buff or just someone who likes the outdoors, Chattanooga is something for you. Or maybe you're just looking to have a wonderful fulfillment about life and not break the bank trying to do it. The city has everything from a glowing job market to an unbeatable place to live. Everything you can imagine. Now that you've seen why everyone's moving to Chattanooga, don't forget to check out my next video where we dive even deeper into what makes the city so special. I even go into the reasons why you shouldn't go to Chattanooga, so you might want to go to my YouTube channel and check out everything I have on there, because I have so many videos talking about this on there. You want to see everyone. And if you want to reach out to me anytime at my number on the screen here, or by filling out a move survey, or just by emailing. Talk to you soon.